What's up, everyone? It is your girl Gel Beauty 87 here, aka Grace. It's time for another old school versus new school. So I feel like y'all should have known this was coming. So I believe this Barbie collection came out in 2021. Don't quote me, but I feel like this was 2021. And y'all know the candy shop just launched from Juvia's place, I think at the end of December, the beginning of the beginning of 2022 beginning of 2023, end of 2022. Don't quote me though, I'm not exactly sure. I feel like it was like 2 weeks before December ended. They was trying to get that last cash grab in to get their books even for the next year, and that's why they dropped it so soon. I don't know, but anyway, let's show what both the palettes look like on the inside as usual, because y'all know I got to show the inside, and then we're gonna talk about each one and we're gonna have a good old merry time. So here's what they look like. So this is the Colourpop Barbie palette, sorry, Malibu Barbie, and this is the Juvia's Place candy shop. I would love to put this alongside the Barbie palette, but the Barbie palette just came out last year and this came out last year too, so I couldn't do it. Y'all know old school versus new school, so the older thing. So let's talk about this Barbie palette. This is actually 50% off on Colourpop's website right now if anyone was curious or interested. And the whole collection I think is on sale on Ulta's website, so if you got some points saved up and you got enough money to get the whole collection free. I like the collection just fine. I like the lipsticks that went with it. I like the colors in this palette. I feel like it gives the vibes of the Strawberry Dream palette too. If you're on a budget and don't want to buy Manny's palette, it's a good alternative. And obviously the Candy Shop is a good alternative. Glam Light by Barbie is a good alternative too, but that one's kind of a higher price point, so I'm trying to keep y'all in a reasonable price point, because I think this one was $25 originally, and I know this one is $25 as well. So these are more on the reasonable price point, whereas I feel like the Strawberry Dream and the Glam Light X Barbie collection is going to be a little more expensive. And I try to give y'all affordable options. So we put an affordable against affordable this time though, just to see which affordable is better. But I really liked this when I got it. I gave y'all a really nice, unique look to stuff that I don't necessarily do. I think I did the yellow and the orange and the pink and the blue as well. So I tried to use as many colorful tones as possible. I thought that would be fun and nice to do. This palette is pretty good quality, but y'all know it's Barbie, so they had to step it up. And you know, sometimes they be giving you that slack quality that they send to Ulta and then they bring to their website later. Like this isn't that quality. This is like the good quality that they give when they know that they didn't pay for our IP and they got to step it up. So I don't know how many of these they ordered, because like I said, this is on the sales rack right now for 50% off. So I would recommend snagging it. Now when this video goes up, I don't know if it'll still be there or not. My bad if it isn't. Y'all know I'll be doing that all the time. Be talking like, yeah, this was on sale, and then when this video go up 2 months later, it's like, but it's not. You're a liar. I'm sorry. I don't do it on purpose. It's just when I see a deal, I like to talk about it. But I should maybe just start putting it on my community tab and then tell y'all that the video is coming soon, and then coming soon will be 3 months later. I don't know. But this is what the candy shop looks like on the inside. She's a stunning palette, you know. She's gorgeous. Y'all know Juvia's Place quality is usually pretty good. I haven't had any troubles with them, I don't think, ever, when I bought any of their stuff or tried any of their stuff. So I don't have anything negative to say about this palette. Excuse me. I wish they had given me a little bit more fun and some deeper tones to go with these lighter tones that they gave. That's the only issue I have with this palette. Like, instead of this row of like neutrally type things, I'd prefer some deeper tones to go with these lighter ones. But I mean, like, I'll make it work. Like, this pink is dark enough to do something with, and then I can use this blue on occasion and the lighter pink. So I'll make it work, but I prefer to have some deeper tones at the end of the day to go along with it. I know it might not seriously fit the candy thing, but it's like you could have gave me a blue raspberry shade and it had been a dark blue raspberry instead of this like light shade right here. And I'm noticing they stopped putting names on the palette, so I don't know if that's how they're cutting down on costs for stuff, because it's like on the back here it just shows numbers of them, and y'all know they used to have names on stuff. So I don't know what's going on with that, because I think Garden of Juvia's, I don't think it has names either. Don't quote me though, because it's over. No, I'm sorry, Garden of Juvia's does have names. This one doesn't have names. So I'm assuming they're just trying to find ways to cut down on costs. They've been putting in a couple of sequin shadows. I'm not necessarily excited about that, because it's like 3 of them in here, like 1, 2, and 3 are sequin shadows, and I'm not necessarily excited or feeling that. But without further ado, let me zoom you on in real quick and keep like, if you're curious what's on my eyes right now, this is the Sage the Day palette from Colourpop. Yes, I was the clown and bought it, but I did it for your benefit, because I wanted to see if it was similar to the Child palette, because y'all know the Child palette is going to stay forever because it's a Star Wars and the IP expires after a while. So I wanted to see if it would be a good alternative for people who don't care about Star Wars but like the color story of Star Wars. So this video is already up. I did swatches of just about all the shades in it that look similar to the shades in the Child palette. And the lips is the new Old Satin lipsticks from e.l.f. I have the shade Hustle on. This is my typical favorite type nude shade. I like a peachy-ish nude shade, or I like my skin but better, like concealer-ish lips type shade. So the shade I got for that is called No Doubt. And then I got, of course, my mauve-ish pink shade, because we know I live for those as well, and that shade is called Dirty Talk. So if you're interested in these lipstick shades, you need to go watch the video on what's new and affordable with e.l.f. and Juvia's place, because that's where you see the swatches of all 3 of these lipsticks. You're just seeing the last one I wore for that video today, because I'm actually wearing that foundation right now. But without further ado, like I said, let me go off camera and give y'all an eye. So I'm gonna do the Colourpop eye off camera, obviously, and then I'll do the newest palette, which is the Candy Shop, on camera. So I'll be right back, girl. Okay, y'all, so here's the eye I came up with the Barbie palette. Now we're gonna dupe it with the Juvia's Place Candy Shop. So here's the shades I picked. So it goes, y'all know the drill. Colourpop, Juvia, Colourpop, Juvia, Colourpop, Juvia, Colourpop, Juvia. I had to put 2 shades together to get it looking close to this shade, and then Colourpop, Juvia. So let's get into it. So y'all still kind of slide off and everything else. I'm like, so the liner I put under here is from JD Glow. They're extremely difficult to work with though. Like, the applicator they give you sucks. It is absolutely terrible. And then I had to try to like go in and with a brush, and I had to go over like 50,000 times just to get it to the way it looks now, with that detail in the crease. So I mean, they're really pretty, but I mean, I feel like they take way too much work. I'm hoping in the future they'll update the applicator, make it easier to work with, because honey, y'all don't understand the struggle bus I went through just to get this one little line across the top. I was literally sitting here like a good 5 minutes just having to go back over, because on top of that I feel like the product dried really quick. So it's like right after I went to go rub it on, it was just dry, and it's like, how am I supposed to have time to put this on? You know, it's dried up right afterwards. So it's like, I really like the colors that they came out with, but they have fun colors. I used another color in the video before this, but I use it as an eyeliner because I forgot to bring my Adept eyeliners, the dual chrome ones I've been really enjoying, and then the Colourpop ones. Only thing I find the Colourpop ones are streaky, but this one at least it's not streaky, but it's like all the work I had to do just to get that one line. It's like, is it really worth it, girl? Like, sometimes I be wondering, like, I don't know if it's worth it dealing with y'all and all this, because anyway, let's get into this orange, because obviously you see that's what I started with. I'm interested to see how these looks are gonna like vary by the time I get done, because I'm hoping this orange oxidizes and then it like is even with the color on this side, the original color, not necessarily the color that's there now, but I like the color of this orange. Like, it's giving us a whole moment and vibe, and it's cute. It's giving more like a dreamsicle like color in my personal opinion, whereas the Barbie palette gives a traditional orange, if you will. Whole moment. I just got an idea to put this in another video while sitting here when I thought about it. So as usual, I told y'all we getting ideas just like anytime, any place, like that Janet Jackson song. Like, I just be getting ideas, and anytime I be up at 3 in the morning with ideas. I'm sitting here now, just got an idea about both these palettes. I'm like, you'll see it again in another video, girl. I'm trying to film that video Sunday when I get off of work, so that way I'll have that already done and out of the way. Because I'm trying to take as much stuff home as possible with me. I try to do it every week, but sometimes I just don't feel like filming. So when I feel in the mood to film, I try to film like a whole lot. Since Adriangameover is asleep now, I don't have to worry about anybody asking me about anything or like just doing anything. I know I gotta go downstairs in like an hour to fix his lunch. So there's that. Okay, so this is the color I'm working with so far. As y'all see, I put the pink on the outer V, but I'm going with the blue now because that's what I put in the crease. So now we're gonna go into the blue shade. Now I feel like the blue in this palette is deeper than the blue in the Barbie palette, but at the same time I feel like the orange in the Barbie palette is deeper. So it's like they just switched the tones as far as the depth went and some of the mattes, because there's no brown matte in this Juvia's Place one, but there's brown one in the Colourpop one. But I feel like they always like put in some neutral tones like Beauty Bay does in order for it to be a more wearable everyday palette. In addition to having fun colors, they always find some way to pop some neutral in the palette. I feel like Huda Beauty does that a lot too. I feel like it's rare she makes a palette that doesn't have like some form of neutral tone in it, and I'm like, it's supposed to be colorful, make it what it is, colorful. Stop trying to add like little random pops of neutral and whatnot. Maybe this is my personal thing, but I'm like, yeah, stop doing that. Don't do that if you don't want that. I'm not even gonna bother y'all with doing the eyeliner on camera because honey, we'd be here like a whole nother 5 to 7 minutes just me having to dip back in and babysit to go over everything. So I'm not gonna ruin your day with that. I just have to ruin mine because I did it on one side. So of course I have to do it to the other one. So I'll do that off camera. We'll talk about who won what and all that on camera, obviously. So let's see, next brush I have. I'm going with this brush now. We can go to the pink shade. So the pink shade in this palette, in my opinion, is lighter than the one in the Colourpop one. But I'm gonna go ahead on with it because that's what I chose to put it out to be. I'm hoping on the eye they'll look similar. Like I said, the only thing I feel like is really throwing it off right now is the orange, because it's obviously like noticeable difference and it's not oxidizing. In my personal opinion, it's looking like true pastel-y dreamsicle orange, but it's fine because each look is looking nice so far for different reasons as always. So I feel like it's gonna be hard for me to pick one, because even though the Colourpop one is older, it's still performing pretty well. Now when you swatch it, it feels gritty as hell on your finger, but like on the eye, it's still performing and doing exactly what, you know, it should be doing. So that's where it counts, not when you have to swatch it for a video, how it performs on your eyes. Which, you know, I rarely swatch it unless I'm shocked I did swatch it, y'all. Pink is looking pretty good. I'm liking the little eye look so far. I ended up bringing in the purple because when I mixed the pink with the blue right in here, of course I got purple. So I was like, let's just go ahead and add some more purple, you know. I feel like it's taking a lot to build up this pink though, to like get like the depth I was hoping for, like the other side. I still feel like it's still not fully giving me that, so I mean, just give up and move on, girl. Just give up and move on. Which is what I'm going to do. So just put your brush down, girl. Stop trying to. It's not going to do it. Just stop. Like, you still got other videos to film. Stop trying to focus on this one pink. Okay, y'all. So now we're going to put on our glitter glue, and then we're going to go into the blue shade. Y'all, I felt really inspired to try to get as many palettes out of here as I can today, so we're gonna see how well it goes. Plus I got palette mashups I need to film for next week, because I'm testing out to see how it goes. So I know some of y'all said in the comment section you were interested in some palette mashups and thought they looked nice, so that's why I'm filming the palette mashups in particular, because I got a whole bunch of look I need to do where I actually have to create a look, but for right now I can just, you know, use this one. So okay, I'm going to take the brush now, I'm going to the blue shade. So I'm basically trying to get the creative ones out the way so that if I'm feeling tired later on and I want to film some more, I can film the ones that are already like pre-done. I already have color combinations in mind, but the ones I need to be creative with, I'm doing now, where I'm actually coming up with looks on the spot. If that just made any sense. Before you get what I mean, because it's like I get those palette mashups all week long for work. Like I told you all I was, and people liked the pictures, so I figured maybe I should do videos on them because people were interested in palette mashups now. I used to do them on my channel like a couple of years ago, but people didn't really seem like they were interested. They were more into like newest makeup releases that I used to do a lot, so I kind of calmed down and phased them out. But I'm like, I'm fine with bringing them back because I like doing them. I do them a lot off camera on Instagram looks, and then people ask me about doing the look on camera. Then I'll be like, oh, okay, so I'm gonna have to go back to my comment section now and see some other ones that I can do, since people seem to be interested in them. Because some of the palettes are older, but I pair them with like a new one, and then that's a good way to use more of my older makeup. So I'm all for it because I like using older palettes sometimes, because some of the color stories are still just like timeless to me, and it doesn't matter. So now let's go into the two shades I had to make for the inner corner. So what I did was I took this shade at the bottom here, this satin one, and then I just took this shimmer one at the top, and that's how I got that pink shade that was closer to the other one that I showed you. So that's what we're gonna do now. I like the fact that it don't have sparkly glitters in it. And it does, as you see, give a little bit more depth to the this eye than it had initially when we started off with the lighter one. So there's that. And as you can see, it has more sparkly effect to it. So back on up and talk about my thoughts, girl. Okay, so when it comes to this old school versus new school battle, I like each palette for different reasons, so I'll get into those and then I'll get into which one beat the other one, I guess. So when it comes to the Barbie palette, of course y'all know I love this palette. I love the color story of this palette. This one was reminiscent to me of the, what is it, Manny MUA Strawberry Dreams palette, or the Lunar Beauty Strawberry Dreams palette. That's what I initially thought when I saw this. The formula on it works still nice, but you know, like I feel like it's close to its time just because when I was watching it, it was so gritty, but it gave me this gorgeous eye. I think it looks nice, and I like the fact that there's some neutrals in here because I might not always want to put the orange at the top. If I want to do a cute little neutral blue eye, smoky blue eye, I can, because I can use this brown in the crease, and I might be able to use it on the outer V or whatever, or just use this blue on the outer V and then put this on the lid. So I like this palette. I like the formula. I like the look it gave me. Now let's get into the new one. Y'all know I love the color story of this as well. I like the shimmers in this one a little bit better than the matte, I would say, because it has, sorry, it has a couple of sequin matte shades in it. Y'all know I don't like those. This shade right here is sequin, and this one right here is sequin. So I'm not necessarily feeling that, but I love the shimmers in here. I like the orange in here because it has like that like dreamsicle feel to it. And I feel like it was something different as opposed to the Barbie palette. So I have to say, even though it has those two sequin shades, I think I like the Juvia's Place palette better. So if I had to pick, I pick the new school palette just because I love the shimmers in here a lot more. And it's like, worst comes to worst, I can pick my bronzer in my crease and go along with my day, and then I can still have a fun colorful palette. And we all know I'm not really into neutrals as it is, so I'm fine with having the colorful option and having more colorful mattes in here than is necessarily in here. So I'm gonna have to go with the Juvia's Place palette, but those are my thoughts on it. So I hope you all enjoyed this video. Remember, you all are diamonds, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Be blessed, girl. Bye.